everyone, welcome for a new Pilates workout. We start standing up today. Start at one side of your mat, facing the mat. Open your feet hip distance apart in line with your hips. Rotate your shoulder back, just make sure you have a nice opening between your shoulder blades, between your collarbones, but actually make sure you're not squeezing your shoulder blades in your back. Bring your arms by your sides and make sure your weight is just in the middle of your feet. We will hold down, so starting from the head, curl the head forward and down, then the neck, then the shoulders. Imagine you have a wall behind you, so you're not pressing out, you're holding forward. Your abs are still on. Bend your knees and hold all the way down. We don't want to put too much pressure in the back of the leg for this one. Just find the articulation in your spine. So bend your knees as much as you need to find the articulation of your spine. Inhale at the bottom and on an exhale, curl back up, making sure you start pulling your abs on. They should still be on, but make sure they are still on, and curl it all the way back up, starting from the lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck and head. Inhale, exhale, curling. And holding all the way down. Inhale, exhale, all the way back up. Shoulders, neck. Make sure you find your nice starting position every time you go back to the top. Inhale at the top, exhale, pull back down. So you should feel nice in your back. So warming up before going into the other exercise, into the core, into the back, into the legs. Holding down. Inhale, exhale, back up. Stay up here. We'll go back down again and we'll stay down. So curling the head, exhale. Core engaged. So remember you are breathing into your ribcage. Stay down on this one. Keep your knees bent as much as you can to make sure you can press your hand down. If you need to go a little bit forward, that's fine. And we will walk the hands forward to find a plank position. So strong in your planks, you're on your toes, your heels are pressing back, your shoulder blades are stable, and your shoulders are away from the ears, neck in line with the spine. We'll go into some push-ups, bending the elbows to the side and back up. So think about opening the elbows into a diagonal line to the corners. Exhale. Keep your abs on, so make sure you're not lowering down, letting go of the lower back. Exhale, 2 more. Last one. Stay up here. Now bend the elbows and slowly hold all the way down. Stay down here on your belly. Bend your elbows to the side. Hands down on your sides next to your shoulders. Bring your legs together. Front part of the feet pressing down into the mat. Abs are on, making sure you're not pressing your abs, the front part of your body down into the mat. You're thinking about using the back of your body, so only the top part of your feet are pressing down into the mat. And on an exhale, we reach and lift the crown of the head, the neck, the shoulders up. So finding this nice back extension, back muscles, lifting you up and down. Try to lighten the weight you put into your arms to lift up. We don't want to lift pressing in the forearms. We're lifting, making sure we're lifting from the back muscles. And down. And we start from the upper back, mid back, lower back, not just a bend at the lower back. Abs are still pulling on. Exhale to lift. Inhale to go down. 2 more. Exhale. Reach and lift. And down. Last one. Exhale. And inhale all the way back down. Now flip on your back. Here. All the way down on your back. Keep your knees bent. Feet open, hip distance apart. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands behind your head. So press your head, neck long, press your head into your hands, elbows open wide to your side. You can still see them in your peripheral vision. Abs are on, making sure you won't tuck the tailbone, so your pelvis is just parallel to the floor. And on an exhale, we curl and lift up the upper part of the trunk. And down. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, we go down. Exhale. And down. Exhale. Exhale. So you keep this part of the trunk down into the mat, stable, and you're just curling the top part of your trunk up and down, so using your core. And down. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Staying up here, make sure you're strong, your neck is long again, your elbows are wide open, and we go into a rotation. So making sure we rotate the top part of your trunk, the hips are not rotating. We rotate towards the left side. Inhale back to the center, stay lifted. Exhale, rotate to the other side. And down. So making sure you keep your ribcage elevated. And down. And you try to think about like cross pattern lift. So you lift when you rotate towards the right side, you bring your the left side of your ribcage towards the right hip, and opposite when you go the other way. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale at the center. Exhale. And one more each side. Left. And right. Back to the center, lower all the way back down. Bring your arms by your side, release the tension, bring one leg up to tabletop, making sure your knees stay over your hip and your shins are still parallel to the floor. Grab the back of your thigh to help you lift into a chest lift. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands back behind the head, keeping the legs into a tabletop position, so strong tabletop. I want to see any flipping legs here, so the shins are strong, parallel to the floor. We go down. And on an exhale, we lift. Inhale down. Exhale. So having the legs lifted in tabletop instead of down on the mat like we just did will be a little bit more challenging on your abs. Exhale. Because you need your core is already working to keep the legs into tabletop. Exhale. Exhale. 2 more. And last one, stay up, legs stable, strong tabletop. We go into the rotation with the legs tabletop. Exhale, inhale, center, exhale. Exhale. Again, making sure you breathe into your ribcage, so we don't want to bulge the abs up. Exhale. And one more each side. Your abs should be burning by now. Grab the back of your thigh just to readjust and to give a little break to your abs. Bring your feet now into a V position and find an external rotation so your heels are touching, your toes are reaching to the side. Interlace your fingers, bring your hands back behind your head. Your knees are still over your hips. And on an exhale, we reach the legs forward, we extend, and we squeeze in your thigh. So the point here is to try to keep your heels, you want to travel the heels on a parallel line with the floor. So we don't want to reach for the ceiling. You don't feel any work here into your legs and into your abs. So we want to keep the heels as much as we can parallel with the floor. So if it's too much, you go into a little diagonal line, and that's okay. But just try to think about keeping as much as you can your heels on a parallel line with the floor. And down. And I forgot to squeeze. Make sure you extend all the way and squeeze. And exhale. And squeeze. Exhale. So make sure you find the right point for you, because if you focus too much into keeping your heels parallel with the floor, You may go into an arch in your lower back, so don't go here if it's too much. You find the diagonal line. Last one. Bend back in. Make sure you're still up. Make sure you keep pressing your head into your hands. We will exhale and extend the legs again. Exhale. Stay here, point your feet. Open your legs to the side. Bend at the knees, bring your heels back together and find the starting position again. So here, making sure the knees stay just over the hips. We don't want to pass the hips. So exhale, press out. Open wide. Bend, bring the knee just over the hips and flex your feet. Exhale. Open and flex the feet back to the starting position. Exhale to press out. Point. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to pause, to prepare. Exhale, press out. And exhale. But focus more onto the move here than the breathing. So you keep the feet flexed when you extend. You point when you open. You keep them point. Now you flex, you bring your heels back together, finding frog again. That's called frog, this position. Last one, exhale. Open wide and bend. Stay here. We go reverse direction. So we're here into our starting position. We extend the legs wide. We are in an external rotation. The toes are opening to the side. The legs are opening to the side. We keep the legs extended. We close in front. And we bend back in, flexing the feet. Extend the legs. Point the toes. Close the legs in front of you straight into a diagonal line. And bend back to the starting position. And point, extend, exhale. Inhale back in. Exhale. And point. Close. And bend. Two more. Point. Close. And bend. Last one. And bend. Lower the head and chest down. Bring your feet down. Extend your legs flat. Breathe here. Taking a few breaths, bringing your arms by your sides, releasing the tension in the abs and in the hip flexors. Bring your right leg up to tabletop position. Grab the back of your thigh and curl your head and chest up. Keep your left leg pressing down strong into the mat. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bring your fingers towards the shin. So you're up into your chest lift with the trunk. Your legs are into a L shape. And on an exhale, pulling the abs, we pull the leg toward us. And we pulse twice. Exhale, exhale, and we switch. Pulse the legs toward you and exhale twice. And switch. Release the tension in the shoulders. And make sure the pull of the leg is coming from your abs. So even without my hands behind my chin, I should be able, or behind my calf, I should be able to pulse my leg towards me. Exhale, exhale. Last one. Bend this knee, grab the back of your thigh, and curl all the way up to a sitting position, reaching your legs straight in front of you. Now make sure you have space behind you. Bend your knees and bring your legs. So finding your point of balance between your tailbone and your sit bones. Bring one leg up to table and then the other. Open your legs a little bit wider than the hips and find a small external rotation. So the knees are turning a little bit toward the side. Shins stay parallel to the floor. You grab the back of your thigh. You start with a flat back, so a nice open chest. Now pulling the abs in. You inhale, you curl down. Rolling down. Exhale, you roll back up. And at the top, you find a flat back. Keeping the shins parallel to the floor. And inhale. Roll down. Exhale, roll back up. And flat back. Nice. So the flat back will help you break at the top actually. So it's just like, ooh, and you stop because you find this nice opening of the chest. Inhale. Exhale back up. And flat back. And again, exhale. Exhale up, sorry. Inhale. Holding down. Exhale back up. Inhale. Exhale. Good. So carry on like that if it's already a challenge for you. If you want a little bit more challenge, extend your legs and grab the calf here. So you are in an external rotation, my toes are pointing towards the side. I'm in a flat back position. I'm curling my lower back. I'm holding down on an inhale. On an exhale, I'm holding back up and I find the flat back to help me find the point of balance and to stop at the top. Inhale, holding down. Exhale, holding back up and flat back. Woo. And again, inhale. Exhale. Here you go. Inhale. Exhale. And two more. Exhale. Last one. And all the way up. Flat back. Nice. Bring your two legs together. Extend in front of you. Make sure you're on your seat bones. Let go of the flesh just underneath your seat bones. Bring your, open your legs shoulder width apart and flex your feet. Make sure it's really important here to keep your back perpendicular to the floor. So if for that you need to bend your knees, go for it. Right here. I don't want you to lean back. I want you to be really perpendicular to the floor. So here, flexing your feet so your toes are reaching towards me. It's to make sure that we engage the back of the legs as well. Bring your arms parallel to the floor, shoulders away from the ears, palms are facing each other. We curl the head, we curl the neck, shoulders, reach forward. Inhale, exhale, back up. You should feel the same feelings that we had at the beginning when we did it, standing up and holding back up. You should be able to feel a little bit more of articulation of the spine here. You don't have the gravity to help you out. Exhale. Inhale when you're down. Exhale back up, making sure again your abs are always on during this move. Exhale. Exhale back up. So it's an exhale to hold down. Making sure you keep this round shape here. You're not collapsing on your thigh. And exhale back up. Restacking. Last one, exhale, curling. Inhale. Exhale, restack the spine. Imagine this wall behind you and you're stacking with sitting tall against this wall. Good. So before going into all four, we will bend the knees, bring the feet down on the floor. We bring the hands behind us, fingers facing forward here. So make sure you keep them facing forward. We will lift the hips just slightly, so we don't want to go all the way into an extension. You're still holding on, so your abs are still on. You keep a slight bend here at the hips, so they are still low. You're up here, and we'll bend the elbows back and up. So I need actually to bring my feet a little bit closer just to make sure I find my right position. And find when you bend out, you should feel we are working the triceps here, so the back of the upper arm. And back up, and bend, and up. Bend the elbows back, and up. Back up. Inhale, exhale, back up. Making sure you bend the elbows back and not open to the side. If you do that, you may end up like it can be bad on your shoulders. And back up. Two more. And up. Last one. And all the way up. Bring your hips down. Extend your legs all the way in front of you and bring them together, pointing the feet. Bring your hands a little bit more back, keeping the fingers facing forward. This time, make sure you have a nice flat back, chest open, abs strong. We will bend the elbows back and up. We go for 3 times. 3 bends into the elbows. Last one, stay here. Keep your arms straight. Lift the hips for 3, 2, and touching down and up and down. Last one and down, and again bending the elbows back. 1 and 2, making sure you're not dropping again. So making sure you're not going into an internal rotation of the shoulders. So keeping your collarbones. Here we go. Open and keeping the arms straight. We lift the hips for 3 times. 1 for 3 and 2 and 1. lower the hips, bend the elbows back, and up. My shoulders are burning, my triceps are burning. Keep the arms straight, lift for 3. 2. And 1. Lower down, last one. Bend down, bend back. 2. And 3. And straight, the hips straight up toward the ceiling. 1. And 2. And 3. And lower all the way down and release. Ooh, good work into the shoulders and the triceps. Now we go into all 4. So on your hands and knees, make sure your hands are open just shoulder width, knees open shoulder, hips hip width. Make sure you're not collapsing here between your shoulder blades. Neck long in line with your spine. Your abs are on, and imagine this nice pulling of your cross pattern pulling. Your left hand is pulling towards your right knee and your right hand is pulling toward your left knee. That will help you engage the core to keep you on. So we'll start with the right side. You will lift the knee off the mat, so the shin is just off the mat, and you extend the leg back, bringing the leg just parallel to the floor. And bend back in, we don't touch down. We keep the knee off the ground and extend. And bend. And extend. And bend. Extend. And bend. Make sure you don't bring your weight all the way to the left side. You're still using the 3-point two hands and left knee to stabilize you. And keep your 2 hips parallel to the floor. Extend. We go for 2 more. Make sure your abs are strong. We don't want to curl the lower back. Last one, we stay out. Abs on. We touch down and we lift. And touching down, keeping the legs straight. And touch. Exhale. Exhale. So feel your glutes. Make sure you're not lifting from the lower back. So for that, you pull your abs strong toward your spine. Exhale. And 2 more. And 2. Lift your leg, don't touch down. Lift the leg a little bit more into the center. Open to the side and bring your toes touching down into the floor on your right side. Lift up, squeeze the glute center and go to the other side, touching down on the floor with your toes. And reach up center, squeeze the glutes, open to the other side, touch down with your toes. Lift up center and opening to the other side. And center and open to the right side. Again, making sure you're not collapsing on your left side. Make sure you still center. Lift up, squeeze the glutes, center and open to the left side, touch down. And should be more like a closing towards your left side than an opening. And lift center, touch down, and lift center, touch down, down, last one, lift, touching down, and back to the center. Keep your leg lifted, find an external rotation, more the legs than the hips, so we don't want to lose the line of the hips. So right here, it's more your thigh bone opening to the side. We stay up and we bring the leg to the side and back to the center and bring to the side and center. So with the external rotation, you should feel a little bit like different muscles in your glutes. Yes, that you are working on right now. Exhale. Last one, bring your leg back to the center. Keep your thigh. Keep this external rotation and keep the side off the floor and bend and keep the side still and bend the knee, extend and bend and extend. Ooh. And extend. So glutes and other part of the thigh. Extend. Extend. 3 more. And 2. And last one, bring your thigh back to a neutral position and lower down. Ooh, that was good on the glutes. Now we go to the other side. So strong again. Before lifting your left thigh off, make sure you have this cross pattern curl to help you engage everything here to be strong and to be able to keep this strong core when we will lift the left leg. So strong here, strong on your hands, strong in the shoulder blades and in the ab. We lift the left knee off, the left shin off the floor, and we extend back, we find the glutes. And bend just over of the mat and extend. And bend. And extend. 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 2 more. Last one, we stay out. We keep the leg extended, we touch down with the toes, and we lift. Touch, and lift. And lift. Recenter yourself, make sure you're not collapsing or going towards the right side. Excellent. So make sure you have a strong pull here between your left hand and your right knee. Excellent. Last one, stay up here. Open your leg to the left side, touch your toes down, lift up back center and touch on the right side, touching down on the floor. Lift up, squeeze the glute center and touch down with the toes. And lift up center and touch with the other side. Make sure it's really important here in your center. Don't drop into your lower back here. Up strong and touch. Glutes reaching up center and touching down and up and touching down and up and down and down. We go for 2 more. Reach up, touch. And last one. Touch, center. Now find an extra rotation in your left thigh. Stay on the center first. Now open to the side and back to the center. And open side and back center. Whew, I can feel my glutes. And open and center. Make sure you go center with your body. Exhale back to the center. 2 more. Last one. Bring your leg back to the center. Keep your external rotation in the side and keep your thigh elevated and still. And bend at the knee and straighten. And straighten. We're almost done. I'm sweating. Exhale. And 2 more. And last one, center and down. Ooh, bring your hips toward your heels and reach, releasing the glutes here. And take a few breaths here. Lift back up. We'll go into the belly now. No, I want to do the side plank. I was thinking I was checking the time. We still have time to do the side plank. So stay on your forearm on your left side. Bring your body into a line. Bend, we'll go into a side plank, but keeping the knee down, so the bottom knee down. We keep the 2 thighs parallel and in line with the spine, and we will keep the top foot pressed into the mat and reach up toward the ceiling into the side plank and touching down. Strong into your forearm. Make sure the elbow is just in line with the shoulder and down. And try to keep, I know it's hard, try to keep your wrist down into the mat. And down. And up. And down. On this one we stay up. And we try to reach the hips a little bit higher and bringing the top arm up and over. Looking down into the mat. and bringing back center, lowering the hips just in line with the spine and going all the way down. Lifting the hips up, reaching your arm up. Now reach your hips a little bit higher, reach the arm up and over and back to the center and down. You should change your obliques a little bit more. Lift, reach up and over, reach your hips a little bit higher and down. Last one. Lift the hips, reach your hand up and now up and over and all the way down. Bring your legs to the other side and we do the same thing on the other side. And it's hot here. It's really hot here, like summer. And I'm sweating a lot. Bring your two legs together. Bend your bottom knee. Keep the thigh line strong in your shoulder and strong in your forearm. So make sure the shoulder, the elbow is in line with the shoulder. First, straight up, no reaching up and forward. So we just lift the hips straight up in line with the spine. And hand straight up toward the ceiling. And touching down. And exhale. And down. Exhale. And down. Exhale. And down. Last one, we stay up and we add on. So we are up here. We reach the hips a little bit higher toward the ceiling and we bring the other arm up and over, looking down towards your mat. And back to the center. And down. Exhale, straight up first, then reaching the other arm up and over, the top arm up and over, reaching the hips a little bit higher, back center, and down. Exhale. Up and over, lift the hips, back, up and down. Two more, lift, reach, keeping your hips stacked, so there's no rotation in the hips, they just go a little bit higher. And down. Last one. Lift. And lift a bit higher. Reach arm up and over. Back center and all the way down. Now flip on your belly. Go down on your forearms. Stay on your forearm. Fingers interlaced. Make sure your elbows are a little bit in front of your shoulders and you're not dropping between your... I know it's like, it feels nice to be like that, just to release the tension in your shoulders, but we still want to work out. So make sure you're up here. You think about this opening of your chest. So make sure you're not into an internal rotation in your shoulders. Your abs are on, so making sure they are not pressing into the mat. Your legs are open, just hip distance, and you reach your legs so much that they are slightly off the mat, and even your thighs are slightly off the mat. Bend your left knee, flexing your foot, and pulse your heel toward your glutes twice. 1, 2, point your foot and extend the leg. And go to the right side. Exhale, flex and pulse. Inhale, extend. Exhale, inhale, inhale. Each time you pulse, you try to bring your heel a little bit closer to your glutes. So it's not like a bouncing pattern, it's more like a closer and extend. Exhale, exhale, extend. Make sure you're still not dropping, you don't drop between your shoulder blades and between your shoulders. Your abs are still pulling on, they are not pressing into the mat. One more each side. Last one. Good, and we're all the way back down. Release the tension. Lift back up onto your knees. Bring your hips back toward your heels. Reach your arms forward. You're done for the day. I hope you enjoyed the workout. I hope you will feel your glutes. We worked the glutes a lot today. The shoulders as well. And the abs, of course, the core is always engaged. Breathe, release. And lift back up and you're done. Well done. See you soon. Bye-bye.